In Povratak prirodi, education directed towards sustainable development is an imperative. The education for sustainable development represents a fundamental part of the lifelong learning strategy, and that is why ecology is the heart of our program, not just a lesson from a textbook. The educational and upbringing concept of Povratak prirodi consists of two levels: taking care of the children's nature and taking care of the planet. The name itself, Return to Nature, refers to two simultaneous processes of education: the return to child's nature and individual needs, which are led by a child's sensibility, not by a modern consumer society; the return to the nature and logic of nature, which teaches us to coexist on the planet, together with others, animals, plants. Nature provides countless possibilities for research and education, and we aim to seize them, without hurting or disturbing the laws of nature. A child learns about life from life itself, not from some lessons unrelated to real experience. Therefore, it's crucial that children absorb knowledge from real-life experience and nature from the earliest age. For a child, information does not mean much until it is put in the right context. And the context in which a child learns the most is the play context. While playing, children explore freely. They observe, ask, conclude. They learn. In order to create a program relevant to a child, which provides long-term and applicable knowledge, we use integrative planning and project-based learning. Integrative planning means that we approach one topic from different perspectives and we study it multidisciplinary, without strict separation on linguistic, logical, mathematical, interpersonal, intelligence, etc. We rather approach a topic holistically. That is why our program is based on 3 thematic pillars, and each topic is differently approached within each of the pillars. These are Science Center, with focus on natural sciences, ecology, laws, and phenomena in nature. Me and the Others, for the development of a child's critical thinking, social and emotional intelligence, and Art and Multimedia, nurtures creative education, empowers talents, self-confidence, freedom to express and develop individual aesthetic taste. In this academic year, our program is based on studying zona biomes, where the planet's zonality is our platform for multidisciplinary studies. For example, while exploring the desert zona biome, Science Center speaks about the types of soil, with an example of the Danube sandy coast, about the differences between the cactus, thorn, and the leaves of a tree. It is explored why camels has humps. Me and Others sector reads The Little Prince, studies about the life in a desert, the customs of the inhabitants, their culture, diversity. Art and Multimedia uses colors and different recycled materials to create sandstone clock, cacti, camels, caravans. It also makes music and records a video which tells the story of life of 1 grain of sand. How we think green in everyday's life in Povratak prirodi. Every day in our kindergarten, we prove that it is possible to experience nature with all our senses in the very heart of the city. In order to provide education for sustainable development, we strive to preserve, support, and develop the sense of complete belonging to nature. Therefore, we use nature and natural phenomena as an authentic didactic tools, which support the development of logic, the adoption of cause and effect knowledge, the introduction of natural processes, and foster the true curiosity for the world around us. At the same time, processes in nature teach children responsibility, work habits, empathy, and coexistence of a man with other people, plants, and animals. That is why the children of Povratak prirodi plant, dig, harvest, grow food, and monitor the production process from sowing seeds to consuming. They also nurture animals, such as geckos, the goo, tarantulas, agamas.
Я тільки хочу високо. Ой-ой-ой.
Beri ka onoj vrbi da vidiš da li ima neka ptica sakrivena tamo.
Ja ću pokazati.
Žmur, da čuješ ptice, da čuješ pticu? Čuješ samo jednu pticu ili više? Ajde sad zažmuri da čuješ koliko ptica čuješ. Ajde, ajde! Drugari, da li smo danas našli rodu?
Ne.
Ali da li smo vidjeli neku drugu pticu?
Da.
Reci mi, Hana, ti koju si ti pticu danas vidjela?
Kormora.
Kormorana si vidjela? Zanimljivo. Ti?
Kukavicu.
Kukavicu? Kako se čuje kukavica?
Kuku. Kuku. Skona sad.
A šta si ti vidio?
Video sam isto kukavicu.
Isto kukavicu?
Patku.
A šta ti vidiš tamo u daljini?
Patku.
Patku. Da bi pronašli sve moguće ptice koje ovdje žive, kad bi trebali da dođemo?
Preko sutra.
Preko sutra. Ali u koje vreme?
Najaktivnije su sumrak i svitanje.
Mato, ćeš ti da objasniš šta se dešava na tom drvetu tu? Šta rade te bube tu?
Sakrivaju se u prazne vrećice.
Zašto se sakrivaju u vrećice?
Da bi prezime. Da.
Da vidimo.
I oni imaju kao kućicu, napravili su krug.
Dobro, i unutra se nalaze one.
Da.
Hoćeš da mi pokažeš jednu vrećicu njihovu? Za spavanje, da vidim koja je to.
Da! U ove dve vrećice ima. Već vidim larve.
Bravo.
Gde je larva?
Šta radite to? Kataniću, trajiš to? Pa dobar kupus, Kataniću. Dobar, a?
On a daily basis, the children observe and study the natural processes that take place in our very own environment, in our symbiotic garden, yard, winter indoor garden, roof garden, aquaponics and hydroponics, even in an eggshell. The quality of our practice is recognized and acknowledged by the expert community, as well as by the Center for the Promotion of Science, which has given Povratak prirodi the recognition for the urban gardening project. Nature provides countless opportunities for acquiring knowledge and performing research. While learning outside the classroom, the children show strong interest in their local environment. They observe the life of plants, animals, and learn how humans can positively or negatively affect nature. Strong curiosity for nature brings numerous questions, raises discussions, leads towards exploring. Therefore, it encourages the acquisition of practical competences and knowledge about nature, which provides sustainable development in an authentic, natural environment. That is why it is easy to meet the children of Povratak on the banks of the Danube, in a yard and green fields of the neighborhood, or on field trips throughout Serbia. The children, together with the teachers, create classrooms without walls, outdoor. Because classroom should not be built only inside the buildings, but created where the curiosity and new knowledge is, in the heart of nature. The Danube, our great teacher. Living in its neighborhood, we often go and learn numerous lessons of science and life on its banks. We explore the Danube with all our senses. We observe it, listen to its waves, breathe the air of the river. We are interested in its flow, the riverbed, the sandy shore, and the living world that lives in and around it. The Danube stream brings stories and inspiration, but unfortunately, it also brings garbage to its shores. This is where our eco-activism is put into practice. Together with the teachers and with the support of their parents, the children of Povratak prirodi have organized several eco-campaigns of clearing the banks of the Danube. This also included the local community and the public utility company in charge of Belgrade city parks. Ecological activism is an ideal way for children to acquire the applied ecological knowledge. Working for a local community carries a great responsibility, but also gives the children a feeling of pride and joy when helping the nature and their environment. In that way, a child builds and nourishes awareness of the sustainable development and necessity of protecting the environment from an early age. In order to provide global sustainability, it is important to start building the ecological awareness right from the experience gained from local eco-activism. On field trips throughout Serbia, so far the children of Povratak prirodi have explored the great nature of the Gradac Canyon, Deliblato Sands, National Park Fruška Gora, a farm on the hillsides of Avala Mountain. The knowledge gained in an unknown natural environment becomes deeply rooted experience, which a child carries through life. Direct observation of nature is an irreplaceable study method. Nature is both a great teacher and the most inspiring playroom for a child. That is why the outdoor activities must not be excluded from the upbringing and education of a child. Outdoor education is essentially different from just being in nature for a picnic or relaxation. The day spent in nature surely provides enjoyment, but field trips are focused on education and gaining the applied knowledge. In order to provide a proper guidance to children, teachers are obliged to be familiar with the field they are about to explore and also to have formal knowledge and various skills for exploring nature. Only when field trip education is properly prepared and organized by professionally trained practitioners, such as geographer, biologist, ecologist, herpetologist, it is possible to carry out various outdoor activities. That is the case with field trips in Povratak prirodi. Let's take the field trip to the Gradac River as an example. The children were divided into several sections. Guided by the expert practitioners, they studied different topics: flora, fauna, geology, mythology. The team Flora was exploring plant diversity, collecting plants for herbarium, getting familiar with herbs and their medicinal effects. The team Fauna was focused on the animals and insects of Gradac. They studied birds, butterflies, frogs, lizards, fish. By direct observation, they also found a snake so they could determine its sex, weight, length together with their teacher herpetologist. The team Geology, Hydrology, Ecology explored the genesis and evolution of soil, observed the differences between rapids and calm waters, determined species of mushrooms. The Dodola team was trying to cause rain using mythological and traditional rituals, which are perfectly placed in nature. Within each section, children studied orientation and directly learned how to overcome obstacles along the way. It is essential to believe in children and give them the opportunity to assess the risk themselves. When you truly trust in children and their capabilities of risk management, they easily respond to the obstacles on the field. That is why the children of Povratak prirodi did not have troubles to walk for 10 kilometers a day, go across an improvised wooden bridge, build a shelter from the rain, skip streams, overcome slopes. At the end of the day, the children went home tired, but thrilled and overwhelmed with knowledge and lifelong experience. It is not necessary to go far away from the city to learn outdoor, in the classrooms without walls. It is enough to have an eye for observing nature, which hides a lot of potential for learning. That is why going to the yard or green zones in our neighborhood is a part of everyday's routine in our kindergarten. Nature gives us directions and guidelines for discovering and creating new classrooms without walls. Our task is quite simple: listen to nature and learn from it, without violating its laws. It is the only way to empower children to think green from the earliest age and set a proper foundation for the future sustainable development of our planet.